Highlander Heat, a Scottish time travel romance boxed set collection. Books 1 to 3. By Joanne Wadsworth. Narrated by Bilson. Highlander Castle. Book 1 in the Highlander Heat series by Joanne Wadsworth. Narrated by Bilson. Chapter 1. On the way to the ruins of Dunca Castle on the Isle of Skye. Anne MacLeod tapped her tour brochure against the front headrest as they travelled the bumpy road. Beyond the windshield, the ruins of Dunca Castle perched on a low headland to the side of the twisting and isolated road. Dunca Castle is one of at least 4 named as such, and in this remote area of Scotland it took brute strength for Clan MacDonald to hold it, her guide Donald MacDonald declared as he negotiated his way up the van's cramped aisle toward the front. "Donald, it says here that sometime in the 14th century the MacLeods took control of it." "They did, but the MacDonalds recaptured it again in the 15th century. There have been too many battles to count between my clan and yours here." A slow grin broke across his face. "Even during this entire trip you and I have found plenty to bicker about." "That's because you love to prattle on about your kin so much." MacDonalds. They were all impossible. The heavy swell of the sea crashed into the cliff face and sprayed the jagged ruins. Grey blocks of stone stood so heartbreakingly cold and alone, as she was on this tour. Goodness, how she'd have loved to have her parents by her side as she trekked through Scotland. They'd always longed to make the journey here, where centuries ago their ancestors had lived. Even with all Donald's jabbering, these ruins intrigued her. MacLeods had lived here, and history had decreed her own kin had walked these moors. "Donald, we're taking a look around, right?" "Yes, we'll stop soon." He rubbed his jaw. "If you wish, you'll hear far more about your ancestors if you take the Dunvegan Castle tour. The MacLeods have ruled there for over 800 years. "Next week, then. I'll make sure I book another tour with you since we get along so well." He snorted a laugh. "You won't find me taking tours to Dunvegan. I'll leave that for one of their own. Come, everyone. We're about to stop. It's blustery out, so wrap up." She hoisted to her feet, edged past Donald and tapped the kind, elderly driver on the shoulder. "How safe are the ruins to walk around, William?" "Not too bad. You'll have to mind the cliff's edge as you wander about, since there's a gap of 6 metres or so between the mainland and the rock the castle sits on. The wall—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?